The Magic Show is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, and check this out. On May 14th and 15th, the StarCityGames.com Open Series comes to Orlando, and this event is going to be huge. We're talking hundreds of players, over $14,000 in cash prizes, at least 18 players qualified for their choice of either StarCityGames.com invitationals, live coverage all day courtesy of SCG Live, tons of side events, and as much Magic the Gathering as we can pack into one weekend. So make plans to join StarCityGames.com in Orlando, and we'll see you there.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to our new Phyrexia set review. Today we're going to talk about the black cards, here with Brad Nelson, Player of the Year, and a super awesome person. And we are going to start off today with Blind Zealot.
I really like this card a lot.
Do you?
It's mostly because of the art.
So
it's like
sick.
the blade is so cool.
I want one of those blades.
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah.
Circle.
It's like a Phyrexian lightsaber symbol thing. Sick.
But about the card,
As for the card,
yeah,
seems okay and limited.
it's good ability. It's probably going to get blocked a lot since there's a lot of artifacts running around.
Yeah.
But other than that, it can get there and kill some early guy, and
Seems okay. Now, Caressa Phyrexia, while being really cute flavor text, make me ideal. Hey, and the art's kind of creepy. I don't know how playable is this in limited.
I don't know.
I'm honestly just not
I think
sure.
it's a burn spell. Get 3 poison is a big number.
There's a lot.
That's a lot more than the 3 life and the 3 cards.
Imagine if the card said 6 damage. That's...
Imagine if the card actually just said target player gets 3 poison counters for 5. That's gonna see play. That's 6 damage.
Yeah. And this also makes them lose life in case you're on the damage plan, and they're at
or
3
you get to draw cards if your life is irrelevant.
Exactly.
I think this card will see some play, and I think mostly it's just going to be I want to deal 3 poison counters.
Fair. Yeah. Chancellor of the Dross for 7 mana. Another one of the Chancellor's 6/6 flying lifelink. Again, for those who play the formats with multiplayers, which I unfortunately do not. I'm guessing this is going to be really sick.
Yeah, get 3 from everyone and move on.
Yeah, let's just drain. If you got a couple with 6s, all around the table. Thanks, guys. I got a big, huge life total.
I just hope I have enough land drops now.
Because I kind of mold the 5. But we don't talk about it. Now, Dementia Bat, it's going to see some play unlimited, no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. I like how it doesn't have that sorcery clause on it.
Yeah, that's all about the draw step. That's all that says.
Yeah.
And your draw step, if you have 2 cards, they're gone.
Get some damage if I don't need the flyer anymore, and I just don't want you to play a spell this turn.
Yeah.
Get your cards.
This is an interesting card for me because, Wizards a lot of time doesn't like to build intention in their cards. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because this is where, do I hit you or do I get you for 2 cards? That's this weird tension. And another one of those barometers, a really good player, of how long they sort of wait before they pop this off. And sometimes you don't wait before you pop it off. Mm-hmm. You have to get them immediately, and that's another sort of barometer of how good you're playing or how well you're playing the game. But it's really interesting to me. There's a lot of these types of cards in this set, and they don't really print a lot of those.
No,
where you have this decision.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of play in this format. I think it's going to be a really fun limited format, and even all the guys that have 2 abilities come to play, you can do one thing or other, which we will get to in a couple more cards. One of my favorite cards in the set. Really like it. But for now, we're going to talk about the spies.
Oh, so good.
What does Cobblade consist of?
Creatures and planeswalkers?
What is it? It's counter spells and preordained. That's all it is. This card is going to be I want to be Cobblade. That's what it's going to do. It takes away their Hawks, it takes away their Jaces.
Mm-hmm. It's so good. It's one of the, Inquisition of Kozilek started out really sort of low and no one really played it, and then over time people realized how good that card was.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to wait on Despise. I think they're just going to be all in playing for. This is the card, they finally put Planeswalker, the word Planeswalker on another card. Yeah. People are going to use it. They need to answer things.
Oh yeah, and it still gets rid of the big creatures, the cards that people are scared of. Mm-hmm. It's a 1 mana hand removal or disruption spell that gets Primeval Titan too, which is something that you can't get the Primeval Titans out of their hands.
Yeah.
And so I really like this. I think this card is going to see a lot of play. It's going to be this tension of all 3 of the removal spells in some combination. It's going to be a lot of fun to move them all around and figure out how to, fit them in a deck. But this card's going to see play, and it's going to get into all the control decks.
It's so good. The ability to choose between their Lotus Cobra or their Titan or their Jace is just so nice. It's so
especially
good.
In such a proactive format. Yeah. It's just I love it.
Now, as for the best non-black card of the set, pretty sure it's Dismember.
Wait, I don't have to play black to kill things.
Right. I can just pay 4 life and then get rid of your Baneslayer because that card would kill me, like in the red deck, for example.
So, I'm not gonna lie, a couple weeks ago I wrote an article about Cobblade, about how I put a couple of these in the deck.
Yeah.
And I wrote the entire article, and then I reread the card, and I'm like, oh, it's a 5/5? I thought it killed 4/4s. Like, this actually takes care of a lot more creatures than I thought it did.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's way better. It's not just killing Masticores, it's killing Baneslayers or whatever. Like, yes.
This card's really good.
The card's so good. They reprinted Enslave, though.
Yeah.
I like that card. That card was cool.
Oh, it's fun. You get their guy, and they lose life, and just...
It
Nice trade.
It just fit perfectly. You know, they've been doing this -1 life thing. It's
Mhm.
really nice they can come back to. I believe it was Planar Chaos.
Okay. Are you ready?
It's
my favorite black card.
Here we go.
Okay. In Tumor X. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay. This guy is just awesome. I love the ability to make them discard a card. It comes down late, you know, but it comes down. If you're on the play, you get to take their Planeswalkers. There's not just Jace, you get their Koths, you get their Tezzerets. It comes down for those, and then you get to reanimate when it's late in the game.
Wow.
He does it all. He comes down early. Early enough. He's a 2/2, which is a big enough body to defend himself. You get a card out of their hand, or you get something back. Like I think this is going to be a limited, just big bomb in limited.
All-Star.
Yeah, he's just going to be awesome in limited. And then even I think he will see like some block play, and he might even move up to standard.
Wow.
I really like this guy.
Yeah. If there was just any way to like blink him, like if there were any blinking effects, like, gosh, this guy would be so good.
I mean, you could just like
Obviously,
chain
you
them.
can Jason back to your hand or something, but that's probably not the best use of Jace. Let's face it.
No, today we're talking about killing Jace, not using Jace.
We don't need to explain more ways to
No.
make Jace good. Sorry. Evil Presence is up next. This is an old school reprint. I think it's just, part of it is just because the name is really sweet. Like,
Evil Presence. That has to be why.
you know what I mean? If there was anything like that sort of like pushed over the tipping point, let's print this card.
I have this ongoing joke with myself that every decision made by WotC, no matter what department, starts with, wouldn't it be cool if we reprinted Evil Presence?
Doesn't it like make perfect sense? It'd be totally cool, right? Yeah, it'd be totally cool. And then it goes. Like, that's fantastic.
Best job ever.
Geth's verdict would be so much more interesting and powerful if, Doomblade and Go for the Throat didn't exist. Like,
Yeah, I do like the ability of making them sacrifice a guy, though, just for the fact that it I don't know, like... Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make it
like
work.
we're
It's
trying,
not
you know what I mean?
We're trying to make
We're
this
just
removal
like,
spell good.
But they just may Go for the Throat, and that card is absurd. That card is really good. And Geth's verdict is just, it's not Diabolic Edict.
Wait, you can't kill someone with a Doomblade or a Go for the Throat, though. This guy can kill something.
Even if they don't have
What if you just
creatures.
put every single lose life card and Jace in a deck?
Incremental advantage, not deck. Like, I will
just
slowly
brainstorm
grind
a
you
lot
out.
and deal one to them over
Speaking
and
of
over.
incremental advantage, Glistening Oil, like, a lot of people just shun this card. I don't think it's that bad.
It's the only card I've read like 10 times in the set, and I still don't understand exactly what they're trying to do with this card. I just don't get it. Like, you slowly kill guys, but then you give them infect, so then they're hurting you more, and then they finally die and you get to kill something else.
I mean, they're kind of hurting you-ish. I mean, they're dealing like 1. I mean, I don't know. I mean, basically, for me, whenever I see a card that says, do this effect thing and then return it to your hand, like, that just sets off the alarms of, like, it's a repeatable effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And whenever you see something that's sort of like inherent card advantage, I just want to sort of recognize that these cards may be better than they appear.
Oh,
because they're
I
reusable
agree.
over and over
I agree.
again.
But if you're going to test this card out there, do me a favor and play with Necrotic Plague. So then you just got enchantments moving all over the place. Because that seems like a lot of fun.
Your Glistening Oil and Necrotic Plague deck. Yeah!
Nothing's living.
Whee! All right, so Grim Affliction is another one of the 3-mana spells that proliferates.
Ugh.
It's not as good as the other one. It's no Tezzeret's Gambit. Let's put it that way.
It's no Tezzeret's Gambit, but I can see myself like wanting to play this more than a Gambit in Limited. Because it's giving one creature -2/-2, no matter what.
Or -1/-1.
Or
well,
minus
counter.
Well, yeah, but then you proliferate. So
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought it
then
was
proliferate.
-1/-1 and then proliferate. No,
No,
a
you
counter.
get a-
That's fantastic.
yeah, and so you give a creature -2/-2.
Wow.
And then you get to proliferate everything else. So, yeah, I like this card a lot. It's a great removal. It's an instant speed removal spell. It's a combat trick.
Mm-hmm.
You can turn a 5/5 into a 3/3, block with your 4/4, kill off 2 of their other guys, give them a poison counter.
Wow.
Like I'm a big fan of this card.
Yeah, this card seems really like because the fact that it gives a counter more than just -1/-1,
yeah.
like is huge. Aker Explosion is expensive.
I need to read it 1 second.
Sure, you sack a dude, and all creatures get -X/-X, which is the power. So I mean, as an uncommon wrath, pretty good.
I mean, sacrificing a creature when you're going to kill everything.
Yeah, right. I mean, and of course you can engineer it to just.
If you have the biggest guy and you do a second,
yeah, you like sack a 3-power
we
guy.
We almost held hands there.
We did. Next is
Life's finale.
Life's finale. Speaking of things that aren't awkward, we destroy all creatures, and then we get rid of their 3 other cards, and then we smack them upside the head, and we say bad things about their mother. Oh, I'm sorry. We're continuing on the rest of the effect.
This is a limited bomb.
Well,
you gotta look through their deck, take their 3 best cards, leave them with now they're gonna get a little bit more land flooded. The games are gonna go long because this is like a Wrath of God in this limited format. You don't have those.
Yeah.
You have one-sided blowouts, but you don't have this let's start the game over. With Metalcraft and all these infect guys, games go really long already, let alone doing this. This secondary ability is really big. It's going to be game-changing.
Yeah, the fact that they're pushing things to 6 and 7 mana and that you're probably going to get there every game, it just means this card is going to crush people. Nice bombs out here in exile. Get out. Mortars Dogs is neat, it's one of those cards where your black deck is typically going to be infect, and this is not an infect card, so it has to be sort of powerful enough to matter, I guess, to make them lose life. Please don't block me type thing. I'm trying to make it work, man. I'm trying to make it work.
The thing to think about Mortars Dogs is it's one of those cards, there's not many of them printed, but it does a lot more than what it looks like it does. You put this guy into play, it's dealing damage, no matter what. So it costs a lot to get out there. Once it's out there, though, you're going to feel a lot better that you invested into it. You're going to deal 4. What if they go and kill it and you pump it and then they lose the extra life? And
yeah, I mean, they lose 6. If this thing dies and you pumped it in response or whatever, that's a lot of life. I mean,
you can deal a lot of damage through this guy, and I mean, he doesn't have the claws where if he attacks alone like most of the dogs. Whenever he attacks, he's a 4/2, and that's pretty relevant. I think this guy will not be something that you are going to be glad you 4th picked, but once it tables and you grab it and you are missing a card, he's just going to do a decent job.
He's going
at being a
fit in there. Yeah, in the 4 drops sometimes when you need it. Speaking of 4 drops, Parasitic Implant. That's interesting. It's almost like a removal spell suspended. You know what I mean? During my next upkeep, that will die.
I don't get why you get a mirror though. It's a Phyrexian card. Why am I getting a colorless mirror that doesn't have infect?
I guess I don't know. If it had infect, it'd probably work a lot better. Thematically, I mean, flavorfully. But
you kill I think of mirrors as these nice little cute robots that run around all the place, Yeah. And I don't feel if I put this enchantment on a monster and it dies, that this little shiny mirror's gonna come out.
We're whoa, that was in there. That's creepy. And then they're they're making little battle spheres.
Let's talk about the creepiest card in the set.
Oh, okay. You're the Obliterator?
Yeah, the Phyrexian Obliterator.
Wow.
When I heard about this card, I didn't believe it was real.
You're just.
It's wait,
really?
Reverse Negator?
Yeah, you're they didn't do
Didn't
that.
Negator have a downside because it was a 5/5 for so cheap?
Right.
And so you're saying that I have to go for the throw with this, or I have to dispatch this, or I can't kill this?
I just lose. It's funny. They said originally, they didn't give it trample because it's so powerful.
But it's a horror. It's got to be.
Well, but people would just block with a 1/1, sack another little permanent or something, just kind of chumping it essentially over and over. And they said, we want to make this thing, matter and impact. And I'm like, yeah, you made it matter and impact, guys. Holy cow.
Okay, this card is our saving grace for saying, Jace, please stay around and protect us a little bit longer, because once Jace is gone to defend us, this.
Oh my God.
What are you going to do with your Koth? What are you going to do with your Tezzeret? I'm attacking your Tezzeret. It's going to die. I can't sack 5 permanents.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to block it. It's just going to go away.
Red decks are just going to be this. They scoop to a black creature.
Right. I mean, every single, ever since, I'm pretty sure, around Kamigawa block, everyone's tried to make mono black control work.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have Death Cloud, you don't have Kakusho, it just wouldn't work. And so they just keep giving you, like, here's this new Nightmare Lash thing we'll get to later, and here's the Lich from M11, that puts a counter on an artifact as a 5/5 indestructible, and the Phyrexia Obliterator. They're like, here's all these really awesome black cards if you just play black. Like, Corrupt is in the format.
And then people are still like, where's my arena? Give me my arena.
But where's my card advantage?
There's a white flying bird that gives you 3 cards. Where's my card advantage?
So
I guess disadvantage advantage.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Pifdriller is next, which is a 2/4 and gives a -1/-1 counter when it enters the battle.
I like this card.
It's nice. It's going to kill a mirror, right? Most of the time.
It can kill a mirror. It's a 2/4 body, so it can like weaken like a 4/4, like a Chrome Steed. And now it gets to block the Chrome Steed, or I mean, giving a creature a -1 counter is relevant. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
And instead of drawing a card like Instill Infection, we get a 2/4 body, and 2/4 bodies they're not bad.
Yeah, they're just solid. I mean, they're good. They'll be all right. Post-Mortem Lunge, another card that is interesting because it doesn't necessarily need to be black, which is, I mean, it's interesting, right?
Yeah, it is very interesting.
It's interesting.
Like a blue, like counter a Primeval Titan and, pay 6 out of your like blue deck and attack with a Titan.
Pay 2 life.
It could be fun. I mean, it just seems like a gruesome encore of gruesome encore.
I mean, basically you can't reanimate their stuff, which is like, I think if there was one saving grace, no, you can't. And if there was one saving grace, about gruesome encore, it was that like you can steal their Vengevines or whatever, and that would I think make this card.
I thought this you could. Then.
Now, Praetor's Grasp, I am still very excited about this card. I am still not unhappy with what this card does. Like, the best part about this card, I think, is the fact that you will exile it face down. And you're like, is that a Deprive? Or is that a Jace? Or is that a Gideon? Or is that a Sun Titan? You know what I mean? Like, for the rest of the game, you have no idea what this card is, and it's just going to drive you insane.
See, what I like this card in is I like this in Commander. Yeah. Because it's a singleton format. Mm-hmm. And there's in Constructed, you don't get to play the bomb cards because you have to beat your opponents one-on-one. Mm-hmm. But in a Commander game, you get to play like all these ridiculously expensive cards, and everyone kind of shares colors, or at least people have good artifacts like a Mindslaver. Like, you get to go grab someone's Mindslaver. So this is a tutor that takes a key component card away from your opponent.
Okay.
And you get to play this awesome spell that you don't have to search for on your own. So it's like a 2-for-1 tutor.
That's fair. I mean, for me, you don't see this sort of making any waves in Constructed at all?
I don't know.
Wow.
It costs a lot of mana, and like the thing that Magic's being pushed into is a really proactive. If you're not like doing something to the board presence, you're not doing anything relevant. And so, would you go Lotus Corp into this, or would you rather just go Lotus Corp into like a Titan or a Jace? Or
yeah, I mean, I see this more as a sort of a blue-black control spell that not necessarily main deck. I mean, this can also just, again, for me, against another control deck, for you to be able to remove an incredible threat, or to just remove a counterspell, and for them to not know. At any time, you can just be like, gotcha, like, whenever. I like that idea. Reaper of Shoalred is up next. He is a 2/5 infect.
He's sweet. The thing that scares me, and it gets worse as we go on with the set review, there's just a lot of ways to get free infect damage.
There really is.
You had to struggle sometimes. You had to be super aggressive, and you had to, like, if the games went too long, you're like, all right, I can't infect you anymore.
Exactly.
And now it's like, all right, I've got this 4/4 that can, just walk right through all your guys, or I have this guy that...
Like, will block anything and give you a poison counter. Yeah. Like, good luck winning without, like, evasion.
Your 3/3, is going to die in 2 turns to this, and... like 2/5, like we've seen it with Tangle Angler. 5 toughness on an effect guy is ridiculous.
It's huge.
It's game changing, and this guy is awesome.
Yeah, Shoalred though, or Shoaldred as it were, Whispering One is the 7-mana 6/6 Swamp Walker. That it's another griefer card. At your upkeep, target creature card gets reanimated, and during their upkeep, they sack a dude.
Yeah, now is this only from your graveyard? Yeah, and it's not like a Debtor's Knell.
Yeah,
I miss Debtor's Knell. I got to play with it in Cube the other day, and
such joy.
Yeah, that was a fun card.
That card's so good. But this card,
this is the best of the group, I think.
Even better than Elesh Norn?
Okay, I can see myself playing with this card because it costs 7
versus Elesh Norn.
Yeah, like Elesh Norn is going to see a lot of play, But I'm more looking for if it could be like standard playable, like really good in standard.
Yeah.
Right now, and I think this card can get there because they have to sack a guy. If it doesn't die, you get something back, and like I could see like a one of in like Liliana Grave Titanish deck. I really like the ability to keep getting guys back and keep killing theirs.
I mean, there's no doubt about it that as the turns go on, if you get to untap with her sort of at least once, I mean, she's gotten rid of one of their guys, giving you someone else. I mean, seems pretty good for yourself.
And she looks like she has flying, so maybe people won't block.
I don't know. She looks like she's walking around on a mouth.
I don't know. She has like those like. Oh yeah, those are her legs. I thought those were like they look like wings, but those are actually her legs. That's really
crazy.
Creepy.
Speaking of creepy, Surgical Extraction, creepy. This card, people freaked out over this card, just like, oh my god, they have broken the game. And I did that many years ago over Extirpate, and I learned my lesson that an Extirpate is neat and good and useful and will see play, but is not the end all be all best Magic card ever printed.
So
yada yada.
I have a theory on why this card is out there and why it's so powerful, though.
Vengevine?
No, Surgical Extraction.
Yeah.
This card, like, I think the reason, for Vengevine was because I think they underestimated Valakut.
Yeah.
And they thought, right now, I bet if Valakut wasn't around, we'd be in this Vengevine happy format.
Yeah.
Where that was the scary card. That Jace wasn't the scary card. Vengevine was just running rampant, doing its thing. And all of a sudden, here comes new Phyrexia with the end-all be-all for these like green plants coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
And we can actually deal with them, and every deck can deal with them.
Yep.
But now it's just more hate for the underdog. Everyone's like, why can't Vengevine be good? And now they give us another hate card, and like, so now if I do finally break it, just a blue deck could just play this card and kill me.
Exactly. It's just like Vengevine. I mean, when I spoke to Wizards again a year ago at the Community Cup, they were mentioning and talking about how, Vengevine, like we didn't know how good that card was, and that card, was just ending up in all these weird decks and blah, blah, blah. And then I see this card, I'm like, well, it makes perfect sense. They designed the best answer to it, in case it got out of control. And meanwhile, Jace is out of control. So, I like that it exists. You know what I mean? It's neat that they sort of did that. And then also, it's nice to see the player reaction when they're just, I can't believe it's so incredible. I'm like, it's just...
And you have to say that the art is awesome.
The art is insane.
It's so good. They thought this card was just... They thought Vengevine was going to be everywhere, and this was like this poster, like,
the ultimate.
Look at what we gave you.
Yeah, I mean, because it's the buy a box promo and all that stuff. Yeah. It's just like, you want to play with this. Toxic Nim is next, a 6-mana 4/1 Infect Regenerator.
Yeah, this is unreal. Like, it's going to cost a lot of mana to get out. The whole thing about regeneration is there's so many Infect creatures, too, so, like, the regeneration's either amazing or irrelevant.
Yeah, like if you're playing against like the dinosaur deck, this card's ridiculous.
Yeah, or the Metalcraft, yeah.
Yeah, like how do they deal with this thing? Like try to catch you without regeneration mana. Vault Scourge is really interesting.
Really like this guy.
This card is really neat.
I mean, okay, so you just put him in his own little box, and you just look at him alone, right?
Yeah.
He comes out on turn 1 and you're at 18. You attack to 19, no matter what, because it's either going to get blocked or something. And no one's going to shack it or lightning bolt it because it's just a 1/1. And then after 2 attacks, you get your life back. They've lost 2. And then, outside the box, we have Tempered Steel and
equipment.
It can go in the white weenie deck,
Yeah, absolutely.
I really do like this guy.
So good. Like for me, this is one of those cards that sort of snuck up on me as like this card is a lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
You first read it and you're like, but then you go like, really, turn 1, evasion guy,
1/1 flyer,
get you. Lastly, we have Whispering Spectre, which is another flying infect creature for 3 mana, and you may sack it, and that's interesting.
I mean, it's pretty decent, and I think it makes them discard at least 1 card with its first hit. But if you give it a couple, like even on like turn 4, if they're at if this puts them up to 3, discard 3 cards. It's really brutal.
Yeah, I mean, for just a 1/1, for just a 3-mana 1/1, that can make them discard 3 cards and deal some impact damage.
I mean, they have to get hit by it, so if a player doesn't care about getting hit, they'll just take it, and if a player does care, it's probably going to get, taken out of the sky.
Yeah, something's going to happen. Like, you're not going to let this sort of hit you and let them get away with it otherwise, But
could be game ending.
Yeah, but the fact that, this guy with any sort of pumps or equipment or whatnot could legitimately be scary enough to not want to let them block them.
Well, not even give them the opportunity.
Yeah. So that was our black card review for New Phyrexia. We appreciate you guys joining us, and we will be back here shortly with our red cards. See you guys next time.
always like the fatties.